Good morning, everybody. How are you? Daniel Tadros. Welcome to the YouTube channel of the Tadros brothers. Used to doing stuff in French on the French side. I'm directly from Quebec, Canada, and now doing stuff in English to help everybody understand what's happening in our world, what's happening with the New World Order, what's happening with the virus, what's happening. And so that's what we'll be doing here, and hopefully I'll get a lot of English followers. So right after this, hold on. Okay, so thanks you for tuning in to the Tadros Brothers video channel, channel that's dedicated to making people understand a bit more of what's happening in our world. I got the TV going on in the back. There's also a cat running around here quite a bit. You'll notice the cat. Today I want to talk about the New World Order. I want to talk about 32 days left to Trump's election. And I want to talk about Trump being isolated for 2 weeks. What's behind that? Something's up. And a few other things, basically here to re-inform the public, because the main medias are really not doing a good job at giving the public pertinent information. They're basically political tools, and they're not there to help us. So citizen journalists such as myself are really the best source of information these days. That's my take on this. On my channel, we'll be talking about, I'm quite spiritual, talking about some spiritual stuff, quite technological as well. A lot of solutions for this new path that the society is in. A lot of solutions that does not rely on the state, that we'll be talking about over the following weeks. Decentralized solutions, not depending on our authorities, and especially trying to give you guys a pulse on where we're at. And so today I want to talk about the New World Order and where they're at. The New World Order is basically just a bunch of rich families that control our institutions, the WHO, the World FMI, IMF, International Monetary Fund. So I have a little bit of problems with the translation French and English. IMF, International Monetary Fund, and the United Nations. They're basically taken hostage by these rich families that are imposing their tyranny all over the world through our globally organized organizations, scaring people with this virus that just is not dangerous. The death rate of this virus is 0.03, 0.05, 10 times less than predicted. And still we're continuing to push on people these measures that are just stupid and ridiculous and non-effective. They're actually inhibiting, our health. They're killing people. Here, where I'm from in Quebec, we're masked. We're dying. Can't breathe. And so the New World Order has a plan. And the plan of the New World Order is, I'll give it to you guys right here. One world government, one military, depopulation, kill small businesses, install this digital dictatorship through the social credit score. We can talk quite a bit about that if you want. Social credit score is the China model. In essence, in my channel, we really look behind the curtains and what's been happening. If we look at the construction of empires, we had the British Empire, which was basically, the royal family, and that's they get built, these empires, through the richest of the world. Forget the people that like Bill Gates. These are small people compared to the richest in the back. So you have the British Empire that was built through these rich families, and then they decided to go to the US and create the American Empire, which is in fact the richest forces in the world, which are just using the United States of America as a tool to control the whole world. Not anymore since Trump, by the way, because he's not fighting against this. And now these richest of the world are using the Chinese model. the social credit score, and possibly what I think is really happening, they're all transferring their stuff to the next chapter, which is a Chinese empire, and copying their model with a social credit score. And these are the riches of the world that have been manipulating the United States through all the past presidents except Trump. And this is why Trump is so important, guys. I don't know, everybody's at a different level of understanding, and I'm trying to give you guys the most in this introductory video. 32 days left to Trump's re-election, and he has been fighting for the last 4 years the biggest battle, I think, for humanity, fighting against these forces, not following anything. He's a total disruptor, not abiding to any of the global goals. By the way, the global goals are the UN plan to control all these countries, and our countries have been controlled by the big banks, the central banking system, and Trump is in fact a savior. That's what he is. I think he's on the right side of the force, and so 32 days left, and he's put himself into quarantine today for a few days. And he's the plan behind this, I think, he's going to come back and say, I was cured through his Project Warp Speed with the FDA. They found a way to cure this COVID thing really rapidly. So I think he's going to come out in 2 days and say, oh, done, I'm cured 100%, so that they cannot use this COVID thing to shut down the United States again. Do mail-in ballots, which they can cheat with his mail-in ballots. If they quarantine everybody, they'll be able to cheat. So I think he's trying to avoid this. He's going to come out and say, we got the cure. Took 2-3 days, and so I think this is what's happening with Trump. But there's a lot of fascinating things happening in the U.S. with Trump's election, and I think he'll be, if he's reelected, he will be, I think, the much needed help the world needs right now to get rid of the New World Order, which most of our countries are following, either through fear, either through control by the International Monetary Fund, either through power, like where I'm from, Quebec, Montreal, Quebec. Our leaders are really, really, really following this. Not following it for any sanitary measures. They're following it because it's the thing to do. They go to the meetings of the global goals of the UN, which is in fact the new dictatorship of the world. It's a world government, and the world government wants a lot of stuff. They want to control the whole world. These rich families have basically all the monetary creation at the tip of their fingers through the central banking system, and they want to, like 1984, the book, control everybody through this new digital world, where through this health crisis we control everybody, tell them that you need to take the vaccine, you need to scan every time you go to a restaurant. Here, where they just closed down again for 28 days, again, the restaurants. And so they're imposing all this dictatorship through our internationally renowned institutions. I think in 32 days, if Trump wins, he will go on this crazy spree for the next 4 years of just dismantling all the webs of this new world order that is trying to. It's the deep state, really, the financial powers of the world. He's going to be dismantling with the help, I think, of Putin, with the help of Xi as well, which are caught with the same deep state problem of the monies controlling their countries. And the real problem of our society right now is that our banks are not nationally owned. Our banks are privately owned. They're centralized through the world powers, and the Federal Reserve of the United States is owned by private interests since 1913. I think this can help a lot of people. Even though I have a flowered shirt and look kind of funny, I think I could really help all the U.S. Population, all the English-speaking population. Unless you speak French, you go on my French channel with my twin brother. We do a lot of stuff. Me and my brother, we're singers, and we have a lot of stuff going on. And if you guys follow me here, we'll have a great fun together. So I think that this 32-day period, a lot of stuff can happen. I think all hell can break loose. Honestly, I think October can be like a real serious month in terms of world events. Anything that happens around the world that's kind of catastrophic is probably related to the New World Order trying to get rid of Trump. Trump has not followed anything that got elected, yes, democratically. Got my TV going on here with Will Smith, man. Save the world. Nothing to do with it. It's just the TV was just playing. So Trump is quite the character that will, I think, help change a lot of things. He's definitely there for the right reasons. And I think Biden has no chance of winning this unless they steal the election with mail-in ballots. I don't know what they're trying to do. Yeah, I think that's really what they're trying to do. And they have to put everybody in their houses, quarantine everybody, and say that the virus is dangerous. But not going to happen. These people meet in these groups. These very powerful people around the world meet in these groups. The Bilderberg groups, the CFR, Council of Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, and they meet there and they control all the medias all over the place. And this is what's really happening in our world, guys. And you must start to get your information from citizen journalists such as I, myself, and other people that are talking right now. Because through the mainstream medias, you will just not get the right information. It's the collective control of society. And here on this channel, we're going to propose solutions. A lot of solutions, a lot of great solutions for the new ideas of society. So welcome on board. I just want to touch on a few of these points today. Welcome everybody in here. Come in great numbers, everybody. We'll be glad to have a good time with you guys and discuss about what's going on. And I think all hell can break loose in October. And I think that if here in Canada, where I'm from, citizens are pretty docile. We're not armed. We don't have guns. Like in the US, the NRA is quite powerful. And for one reason is that we must keep the citizens armed for democracy to withstand, because absolute power corrupts absolutely, and our states have had way too much power and now are extremely corrupt and not serving our interests. And the USA now being one of the places that I think the population is still armed. They still have guns, which will preserve order and democracy and avoid our systems, our political systems, taking over the rights and liberties of our citizens. Unfortunately, here in Canada, a nice docile place, and I mean, we have a great standard of living, but our Prime Minister has removed our possibility of being armed just right after the COVID. I'm thinking myself, maybe getting myself a gun, because I think a lot of stuff can break loose. Hopefully not. But I think another 32 days that can be quite surprising in terms of what can happen. So so welcome on board, everybody. Daniel Tadros. I think we can have a lot of fun together. Share this video, like, Put your comments below. Tell me if you like my my flowered shirt. And peace out. Let's have a great let's have a great relationship. Okay. Take care. Bye bye.